Friends, hello and welcome back. Hope everyone's having a lovely day. So we're here for a little tips and tricks action. If you guys are anything like me, not just Hot Rush as we're playing here, but there's also it's been difficult in moments. And it's been difficult in Hot Rush kind of completing these objectives where you need lacrosse goals or dekes or toe drags or between the legs passes, so on and so forth. A lot of them don't count. A lot of us know if you've been playing Hot Rush for years, it's been a problem for a while, but it's really starting to stick out even more because not only is it in Hot Rush, but you're forced to get these in the moments now, in the X Factor moments and everything else to continue on, to move on and everything else. So today we're going to kind of do our best to potentially give you guys a little bit of help here. I mean, full disclaimer, I'm yet to figure. I've been trying. I've been grinding over here, fellas. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm trying. There's got to be a secret. We're going to figure it out. But been trying to figure out how to get these dekes to count every time. Because, I did a lacrosse deke. I recorded. I was like, man, I nailed it. I nailed the lacrosse deke. I scored it. The one time I got the achievement, I thought it was funny. I was like, how are you going to give me the achievement and not the points in the game? But what I can say is I think one of the easier things to do is come in straight at the goal. You can make the lacrosse deke anywhere. It doesn't have to be behind the net. It's a lot more difficult to pull up behind the net as opposed to just trying to skate straight into the goalie on the rush. The defender has a harder time defending it. You have a chance to get it flipped up at the goaltender. You do want to make sure it does flip up. You want to make sure the best thing you do is try to make the goalie safe. I think the best thing you do also is get as close as possible to the goaltender and then flip it up. Because again, it's just like every other deke. Something about the proximity to the goaltender seems to be more effective there. So the proximity is a big thing. Other than that, again, I probably did it 50, 60, 70, 80 times. I mean, I did get it done in 2 or 3 games, maybe when I was just forcing it. But it does take some time, and I have yet to see an answer for that. That's why EA is kind of removing it from the objectives. But still, do your best you can with it. I don't know. Nonetheless, the couple things that I've learned so far is when it comes to deking, I've learned, if you spam it, it has a harder time of counting it. Like if you click, it's not usually going to count them all. If you're doing it in your defensive zone in space, it typically will not count it. And I feel like some of this stuff is just because of things in the past being explained. I always say it. I don't know if there's any truth to it. I don't know. I don't work for EA. I'm not part of it. But it's like part of me thinks some of this stuff's become difficult because they got worried about it. People exploiting in the past where they'd spam the dekes in the V zone and then get some points for it. So it's like let's tinker with that a little bit and try to find a happy medium. Which I don't know. Maybe that's not the case. Hopefully that's not the case because deke's a deke. But I think that's part of it, and because you realize when you're close in your defensive zone in space, a lot of it doesn't count. If you start spamming it, it starts to not count. But it does start to count when you try to do dekes in close quarters more often. Even if it's in your zone, I've noticed if you do dekes in close quarters, let's try doing a spinorama, but there's a player with, let's say almost within poke checking distance on the defensive side within your reach, it tends to count those more often. I definitely see like between the legs passes, the dekes count a lot more when you're close to the net, when you're close to the crease, when you're crossing the net in close distance, they count a lot more there. And if you're trying to do something like a toe drag, the toe drag ones can be kind of difficult. But I'm learning with toe drags, they count a lot if you just do the backhand toe drag. So if you're left-handed, you put the puck on your right stick, rotate it down all the way around to the left. Rotate it from start at 3 o'clock backhand, rotate it to 9 o'clock. Those count a lot. I think that's been the one that's been the most successful one, the easiest one to do this season. But a lot of the other stuff, you kind of have to make sure you're, again, on the rush, entering the zone, close quarters, or making these dekes really close to the net for them to count. That's been what's working best for me so far. If there's more tips, there's more tricks that's been working for you guys, hey, comment them down below. Help us all out, help each other out as a community, try to do our best. We all want to, work towards our goal here of getting a good team, getting some players. And it can be difficult, but we're gonna get there. We're all gonna figure it out. Hopefully you guys found this video helpful. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you next time.